is a 41-year-old man with autism who is serving a life without parole prison sentence. There are several factors why Paul is serving the sentence. And no, he did not commit a murder, believe it or not. Even though, and see, it says right here, accountability, right here, accountability for accountability murder, which means that even though he didn't commit the crime, he's still so-called accountable for murder. And I'll explain why in a second. Paul Madrowski's friend, Robert Ferrasi, was wanted for a murder that occurred in 1992. Dean Fawcett was murdered. The real murderer is still out there, most likely. They don't know who did it, but Paul had nothing to do with it at all. What happened was, in order to get the prosecution off of his case, Robert Ferrasi made an allegation that Paul Madrowski committed a mass murder in a brown chicken in a Brown's Chicken restaurant. And see, Brown's Chicken Massacre. So yes, Paul Madrowski had nothing to do with any of both of those crimes. Had nothing to do with either of them. And because the two crimes were so close together, and Madrowski was accused by his friend Paul of being a perpetrator in the mass murder, all attention was focused on Paul Madrowski. And when he was arrested, he was beat up. According to in his prison blog, he was beat up. He was not read his Miranda rights. He was not given access to a lawyer for more than after 3 days. And the police officer that interrogated him, John Robertson, said that he confessed to lending the car to Robert Ferrasi. However, Ferrasi continued to allege that Paul committed both the mass murder and killed Dean Fawcett. Later, Robert Ferrasi failed both lie detector tests, meaning he was lying, and then came another allegation from his former wife that he set up Paul because he was a con man, and yes, he actually has been before arrested for conning people. So yes, Robert Ferrasi is a very bad person, just an evil, evil man. And he probably coerced, or not coerced, but probably made people believe that Paul was behind everything. Scapegoat. So Paul Madrowski was tried. The lawyer he had was horrible, did not reveal his diagnosis of autism to the jury, so his awkward behavior during the trial made the jury believe that he was guilty. And also, when he was sentenced, the judge, Sam Amirante, sentenced him to life without parole, also not knowing he had autism. So, also, he was not allowed to have any witnesses to testify on his behalf. So, unfortunately, everything was against Paul. But what led him the conviction and the conviction, the guilty conviction and the sentencing was because of his autistic traits that were misinterpreted in the courtroom. So unfortunately, Paul's autism is what led to him having a life without parole prison sentence. In a normal courtroom setting, being simply accountable for murder, by association, it's not life without parole. Maybe 20, 30 years. But it was because of his behavior in the courtroom that he got such a long prison sentence. And now there's a show about it, Reply All. It's titled, same as his prison blog, On the Inside. On Sunday I'm going to go to Amy Goodman and let her know about Paul's case, and maybe she'll do a story about it. And if a story gets out about Paul, and a lot of people see it, people are going to be so pissed off. I'm going to bring this to her attention. I just hope that, somebody's going to do something about it. I'm going to post this video right now on YouTube, but before I do, here's a few photos of Paul Madrowski, that I'm going to show you. That's him as a little kid. See, it's what he looks like. You could see the kind of vacant stare almost. You see how his this is a very characteristic trait of autism. The way he looks. Like this is definitely not low functioning autism. I would say high functioning autism. So this is Robert Ferrazzi. That's the son of a bitch that got Paul Majowski on the left in trouble. That's a son of a bitch right there. Palatine police spend nearly 10 years chasing dead ends before they before they get the break. They need 10 people who know a secret about Browns. Oh, actually no. No, these are the two men responsible for the murder. So yeah. Because of these two men, an innocent autistic kid is now in prison. It's just so sad. Well, thank you for watching.